Hi guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Miss Shayla and I am the dorky reader because I'm pretty dorky, which is fine. This will be my second video to post on YouTube in front of, potentially hundreds of people, hopefully. That'd be kind of cool. And I'm definitely still really nervous. So bear with me, I'll do my best and we'll see how far this gets. So I posted my very first video and it was the top 10 books I read in 2024 video, and it was really long-winded, rambly, and I didn't do a lot of preparation for what I was going to say for each book. So I feel like most of it was just me going, wow, this book is so awesome, like I totally love this book, it's so cool. And then I feel like then I rambled for a while, and then when I edited it, because it was my first time doing editing, I put a lot of stickers on and hope for the best. So I'm probably still going to do a little bit of that, but maybe not so much with the background music just constantly on and no filters, just ruining everything. It'll probably just be me. We'll see how that goes. Again, I'll just be doing my very best. So for today's video, what I'm going to do is do a little unboxing where I go over all the books I bought in December and in January, and I'm going to share them with you and show maybe why I thought these books sounded interesting to me, and maybe they sound interesting to you. And that's basically all I'm going to do for this video, but I do have another one in the works, so stay tuned. Okay, before I get started, I thought maybe I could go over a little bit about who I am. My name is Miss Shayla. I'm a stay-at-home mom. I'm 41 years old, 1983, and I basically have been stuck at home, not really stuck at home, but I've been home a lot for the last 11 years of my life. And because of that, and maybe a little bit of postpartum and some depression, I gained a lot of weight. So I'm working really hard on losing it. And I lost over 20 pounds now. So I feel really good about that. And I'm gonna keep going, so wish me luck. My favorite thing to do when I'm at home is snuggle up in blankets and read books. And I think I've fostered a love of reading for all of my kids, who are imagining right now pretty loudly in the background. But they're all, well, except for the youngest who's a kindergartner. They both love reading, my two older children, and I hope that when they get older, they can inherit all these books from me and are happy to do so. So, yay! I'm married happily to a really strange and wonderful man. He's like the polar opposite of me. Very outgoing, very adventurous, a risk taker, a businessman, very like, and I'm just all over the place, happy, butterfly, rainbow, crazy, like I am weird. So I don't know what he saw in this, but I'm really glad he did. Thank you. And anything else? Oh yeah, I'm a crazy cat lady. I have 4 wonderful cats. Long story, I didn't want 4. It was gonna just be 2. I promise it was just gonna be 2. We adopted 2 brothers and they were so perfect. They fit into our family perfectly. And then one day we found 2 kittens in the backyard in my asparagus patch. And we didn't keep both kittens. When I took them into the vet immediately to get them checked out because one had a lame leg, the little black kitten that was with my orange and white cat now was adopted right away by one of the nurses there, or the vet techs. And so I was like, great, okay, now we've got 3 cats. Way to go us. But we kept seeing his mom, the feral mom cat, roaming around in the neighborhood. And we got her captured and tagged and neutered, and she was feral. And then one day there were all these crazy storms, and I don't know how we got so lucky. We lured her in the house with some food because I was so worried about her, because we live in a place where there's some pretty severe weather that can happen. And we brought her in, and she hasn't left since. She really likes it here. She likes to be warm. She likes to be fed. She's even let us pet her now. She's a very sweet cat. She's still definitely skittish, but I don't have the heart to just kick her out because she's not doing any harm. She's a nice girl. But anyway, so I have 4 cats: Howl, Calcifer, Keef, and Sophie. So that's my cat story. Ching! Okay, enough about me. Now about books. Let's do this unboxing. So I haven't opened this one yet, but I think I know what's inside, and it might just be a single book. Why do they make these packages so hard? Okay, here we go. Oof. It is just one book. One lone book. Oh no! I hate when they do that. I ordered it used to try and save money. Oh no, I didn't. I totally did not see the cover on it. I thought it was going to be without a, what are they called? A book cover. But it does have one. It was just covered in this wrap, and I only saw like an edge that was sticking out that wasn't. Ugh. So I'm in the middle of this series, and that's why I bought this book. I bought, and wow, this is a good copy for a used copy. I bought the third in the Ember in the Ashes trilogy. I had to double check because my brain stops working when I'm nervous. But anyway, this is the third book in the series. I just finished the second one, literally like over the new year. So like a little bit in December, a little bit in January. And it was so dark. This series does not sugarcoat what war and genocide and horrible things that can happen during that. It doesn't sugarcoat it at all, and it can be really gruesome. You know, like Poppy Wars? Have any of you read that? It kind of reminds me of that. It's just really dark stuff. They don't glaze over anything, but the story is very romantic and heroic, and there's just a lot of excitement because there's escaping from evil, and it gives this kind of Middle Eastern Roman Empire blended mix of people. Like, that's the vibe I get. You feel like you're in this cool deserty place, but the Romans are there and they're all militaristic and kind of scary, and I don't know. Anyway, it's a great book series, so that's why I got this. Okay, next box. And this one has 4 books in it. And one's gonna be kind of boring. I won't have to go over it again real quick. It's the 4th one in that same series. And so now I have the complete set, so I'm excited, and I can get to finishing both of these probably within a month or 2. Depends if I can get through this TBR for January. Okay. Now I have another sequel. I got a lot of sequels because I'm in the middle of a lot of series. So I got Part-Time Gods by Rachel Aaron. This is the sequel to Part-Time Magic, which I mentioned in my other video briefly because the same author wrote one of my favorite books that I read last year, which was Nice Dragons Finish Last. So I'm excited to continue this story and see where this one goes. Okay, yay! Ooh, this is so pretty. I lied, there's 5 books. This one was just so tiny. Look how tiny that is and pretty. It's really, really thin. Look at that. It's called The Wood at Midwinter, and the cover is stunning. And I could definitely use this to raise my book count for the year. Oh yeah, this is like so short. Is it like a kid's book? I wonder if my daughter could read this. Ooh, I could easily quickly read this and then give it to her. We'll see. We'll see if this is age appropriate for my 11-year-old. Okay, I got another middle grade. This one I had in mind mostly for me, but I also thought maybe my daughter would be interested after I am. It's called The Forbidden Library by Django Wexler. Ooh. When Alice's father disappears in a shipwreck, she is sent to live with her uncle Garion. Ooh, interesting name and interesting spelling. You know how they do that in these fantasy books. Anyway, an uncle she's never heard of who happens to have an impossibly massive library. Unfortunately for Alice, those endless aisles are strictly off limits. Ooh. But then she meets a talking cat. My daughter will love that. And even for a rule follower, when a talking cat sneaks you into a forbidden library and you're dared to open one of its unusual books, it's hard to resist. Soon Alice finds herself inside the book, and the only way out is to defeat the monster within. The best stories have happy endings. Is Alice strong enough to create one of her own? Ooh, I like that. That sounds like so much fun, and I think my daughter is gonna love this. Okay, here's the last one in that box. It's called Mortal Engines by Philip Reeve. It's a part of a pretty big looking series, but I think this is also possibly age appropriate. I mean, if she read The Hunger Games, then she probably could read this. We'll see. I'll read it first though, of course, I usually do. I did notice that it came kind of crinkled at the end here, but we'll make do. We'll make do. I'm excited about this one. It's also apparently, it has a movie. So maybe I can check that out after I've read it and see if it's anything like it. I like doing that. Okay, let me get on to my January picks that I got. Okay, for January, I got some big girl books. We'll see what they're like. I'm really excited. There's one I'm more excited about than others. I think the hype on it's pretty big because I've never read The Sword of Kaigen, right? But it sounds right up my alley and I really want it. There's a specific edition I want of it and I can't order it until the Canadian postal strike is over, which is kind of lame. And I think it just ended, but the shipping to the US from there is still like off limits from this one website. So I'm gonna wait to read The Sword of Kaigen until I can get that copy. But a lot of blabber later, I got the other book she wrote here that's supposed to be really good, and that is Blood Over Brighthaven by M.L. Wang. And everybody loves this author. She's really taking off, so I have high hopes that this is gonna be incredible. From what I understand, she's a girl in a world full of magicians or sorcerers or something, and women are not really allowed to be these great, powerful sorcerer people, but she is like breaking the mold. She's like the first to enroll in some kind of school or some kind of thing to become a sorcerer. And I guess people don't want her to succeed, so they're trying to push for her to fail. We'll see how that goes. I'm excited. I'm looking forward to this first time M.L. Wang read and see if I am into her writing style like so many others. Next one sounds really fun. Like, I love this cover. Look how bright and colorful this is. Look at that. It is so fun. Dungeon Crawler Carl, a novel by Matt Dinneman. Oh my gosh. I love funny fantasy or science fiction, like funny humor trickling into something exciting, and this book really sounds like it's gonna deliver. You know what's worse than breaking up with your girlfriend, being stuck with her prize-winning show cat, and you know what's worse than that? An alien invasion. Yes! What a great start to a little blurb there. I'm not gonna read the whole thing because I know the last video I made was so long, so I'm trying to keep this one short. All right, the next book was really recommended by one of the booktubers I watch a lot, and if I get good at booktubing and understand what I'm doing, I'll link her channel, I guess. I think people can do that. I'll try and figure it out. I'm slow, so bear with me. But her name is Jamie Falk. She does a lot of great, she reads so much more than I do. She's great. So is, oh my God, what's her name? My other is like my top favorite one, and I forgot her name. So again, I'm blanking out. But anyway, this book, A Song to Drown Rivers by Anne Liang. And look at the cover. Just look at that. Isn't that pretty? I think that's really pretty. The gold and the blue, like gold on books. Yes, chef's kiss. Oh my gosh. So I am gonna save this book for reading when I'm in the mood to cry, because someone somewhere, maybe it was Jamie Falk, maybe it was someone else, said that this book will make you cry. So I'm gonna wait. But I love this cover. I don't know, it just sounds like it has Asian elements, Asian fantasy elements, and I'm one of those people, I watch a lot of like K-dramas and Chinese dramas and a few J-dramas, honestly, mostly K-dramas and Chinese dramas, they're my cup of tea, but yeah, I can't remember what was said about it in that video. Now I feel stupid, but I really do want to read this book. But I remember it was supposed to be kind of sad, magical, and has like a cool Asian influence. So I'm totally down. Next. Okay, the next one's called Voyage of the Damned. Again, with the blue and gold. This is like big this season, the kind of gold highlights. We can get murdered tomorrow, but tonight we party. Let's see here what this is about. I'm trying to remember what it was. I think this one's supposed to have humor in it, so that's why I got it. For 1,000 years, Concordia has maintained peace between its provinces. To mark this incredible feat, the Emperor's ship embarks upon a 12-day voyage to the sacred goddess's mountain. Aboard are the 12 heirs of the provinces of Concordia, each graced with a unique and secret magical ability known as a blessing. Or maybe this wasn't the comedy one. There's some other thing somewhere that's funny. What doesn't matter. All except one. Ganymedes, Piscaro, class clown, slacker, and all-around disappointment. Maybe it is funny. When a beloved heir is murdered, everyone is suspect. Stuck at sea and surrounded by powerful people and without a blessing to protect him, Ganymedes, I hope I'm saying that right. You know how like when names are like, you're really guessing at how it's said, and then someone else is like, it's not Ganymedes, it's Ganymedes. And you're like, okay, I'm sorry. Anyway, Ganymedes' odds of survival are slim. But as the bodies pile higher, Ganymedes, why they say that name all the time, must become the hero he was not born to be. Can he unmask the killer and their secret blessing before this bloody crusade reaches the shores of Concordia? Or will the Empire, as he knows it, fall? Ooh, it's a mystery, a murder mystery. They're stuck on a boat, and he's a failure. I'm excited. All right, last one. Okay, this one was on a lot of booktubers, kind of top books for the year, and most people that I saw give a review for this and they really liked it. Plus I heard it's exploding, like it's getting really big. So I'm excited to hear about this book, or to read this book, not to hear about it because I've already heard about it. Blah, 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 yada, yada, yada. Anyway, Penn Cole's Spark of the Everflame. That's a really pretty cover too. I love this, like the trees inside the girl's head. I wonder what that's all about. But anyway, I hear it's blowing up. Maybe it's going to be like a series too, or a movie. That would be so cool. Anyway, when old secrets catch fire, everything will burn. In a mortal world colonized by the gods and ruled over by the descended, their cruel magic-wielding offspring, Diem Bellator yearns to escape the insular life of her poor village. Her mother's sudden disappearance and the discovery of a dangerous secret about her past offer Diem an unexpected opportunity to enter the dark world of Descended. Oh, wait. I hate when I do that. I'll read a sentence and I'll read it wrong. Anyway, offer Diem an unexpected opportunity to enter the dark world of the Descended royalty and unlock the web of mysteries her mother left behind. With the dying king's handsome, enigmatic heir watching her every move, and a ruthless rebel alliance recruiting her to join the growing civil war, Diem will have to navigate the unwritten rules of love, power, and politics in order to save her family and all of mortal kind. Ooh. It's really cool. Oh, look how pretty that is on the inside. Do you see that? Those same trees. I like that. Anyway, those are the books I bought this turn of the year. December, all through December and January so far, and hopefully that's all I buy for the next 2 months at least. I'm really tempted because I love going there. We have a really great used bookstore in town, and there are some books you'll find there that are just mwah, perfection. Also, we've got all these cool like outdoor little libraries. I always dump books in there and then I'll peek. And every once in a while, I'll find someone's like brand new book of the month book in there. It's like a hardcover. It looks so good. And I'm like, okay, I'll just take this one down. So I need to get one of those for my yard. Then I could be contributing. Nah. That's too much work for me. Anyway, I hope you guys have a wonderful January and a great 2025, that it's better than last year. I hope last year wasn't too terrible for you. If it was, make this year a better year. Happiness is a choice. A great man once said that. And what else was I gonna say? Oh well, here's to being a better booktuber.